Oh, how did I know he'd pull straight out in front of that car? Is it going to stop in time? Nope. Hello FSG, how are you today?
I am doing very well, Args. How are you?
I'm doing alright, thank you. Nice to be back in Texas after our little trip to Switzerland.
Yep, it's a little bit warmer here, it's fair to say, even in autumn.
Yeah, it is a little bit warmer and flatter as well.
So with that in mind, it looks like we've got a lot of field prep to do, really, for next year.
Yeah, that's right. All our crops are harvested, so we're into some fall tillage, and I think we can get a few crops planted as well. Winter crops on ground, which would be nice.
So looks like we're going to run Anhydrous today and get some of the seeders and planters out. I think we're going to put triticale in a couple of fields. Sunflowers, which we can't plant yet because of the cycle, won't let us. But we'll do some anhydrous in those fields, won't we?
I think that's the plan, get them ready to plant into in the spring and plant in a couple of them with a triticale, like you say.
Good stuff. Well, shall we jump into it?
Excellent, let's get going. Well, hello everyone, Argsy here. Welcome back to West Texas. We're just going to shuffle a little bit of equipment. We need to get the air seeder out. It's got one of the anhydrous toolbars on the rear, and get that other toolbar pulled out. It's like, after what FSG was doing, he looks like he's going to pull that one out and get that anhydrous caddy off the back of it, so that will be good. And then we'll be able to make a start. So the plan today, we'll just take a quick look at the map. Actually, I'll just make sure I've pulled out of the way. But the plan today is to till 4, 14 and 6, get some anhydrous put on those ready for spring to plant into. And then I think fields 2 and 3, we're going to see about getting some triticale put into them. So that is what we're planning to do. So we'll see how far we get through it all, how much we get done. We're going to be a little bit time constrained with the setting sun. It is after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll just get this hooked up here, we'll pull that out, and FSG can bring the planter back in, and we'll go and get this topped up. Be quite full of anhydrous already. Alright, there we are. We just had to get the valves opened. You see there on the back, the knobs turn. Ford Agricultural Solutions have done a fantastic job. I love these. Love these anhydrous toolbars, or anhydrous tanks, sorry. They are very, very well animated, and the other work they are doing, particularly for FS22, some of the equipment they are coming out with and have in the works is going to be equally as impressive. So, looking forward to seeing some of that. So we'll go and get this hooked up to the other toolbar. There it is over there. Looks like FSG has probably pulled out and is getting his one filled up. Yes, indeed. So let's get this all hooked up and we'll go and make a start. Alright, there we are. We have the anhydrous train all connected. So we'll run out here and try and negotiate the road. Just make sure there's no traffic coming. We're looking pretty good. Get turned in here, and then I will have to make sure we avoid our notoriously strong stop sign here on our little laneway. Let's make sure we get turned in here. I'm going to turn in with plenty of space so we can do it without getting stuck. Here we go. Learnt my lesson. Right, we'll go in here, get this unfolded in this field, and we'll get things set up and underway. Argsy FSG.
Go ahead, mate.
There's already a GPS course loaded. It's called New Anhydrous Field 4, I think, right down the bottom. I've set up on that, so it's good to go.
Excellent. Good stuff.
Alright, so we've managed to locate that we had the GPS course from last time we were in this field. So we've got that toolbar turned on. Just going to start heading on that GPS course. Try to turn it on before we run down here. And we're just going to bring the mini-map up, because that will show us whether we're getting our fertiliser applied or anhydrous applied, and we are indeed. You can see the map is starting to turn green behind us, which is a good sign. Good sign we're getting this all put on properly. So, obviously it doesn't know what crop we're going to be putting in, so it will just be applying a blanket amount of anhydrous. But that's looking all pretty good. We're all pretty well set up there. FarmSim Guy obviously getting unfolded and going to follow along behind us using the same GPS course. So with these rather large toolbars, it shouldn't take too long at all to cover the ground and get some anhydrous applied. Beauty of these two fields side by side here is we can just run straight across that little track and treat them all as one big field. So we're just working our way along here. I think when we get to the top here, we will take a little headland pass off. We do have quite a bit of space at the end of this field to turn around. It's not quite as bad as some of the other fields. But I think we'll just run diagonally across it, and then we'll get turned around and set up on some more up and down rows. Need to make sure we're skipping rows and leaving enough space for FSG too. We don't want to be running back down in the row next to him and having issues with our toolbars potentially clashing. So we'll see how that works out once we've gone along this headland. Alright, so FSG's come along as well. He's picked up along the edge of the field. I'm on the GPS course, so we are going to end up with just a narrow little strip of the field there. You can see between us that we're going to have to run back along and do. We would have had to do it regardless, because it's just the way that the courses are working out, or the track is working out on the field. We've set it up on the other side. So I think now that we're into the field and making good progress already, it is not taking us too long to get a good start in here. I think it'll be a good time to throw this onto a little bit of a montage, and we'll catch you probably when these 3 fields are all finished. We're into the second field here. You can see FSG over on the far side doing the opposite of what we're doing. So I'm hoping if we run down this side of the field, once we get to the end and take probably another headland pass off maybe, we'll be able to use the same GPS course we have had. It'll have a slightly different offset to a field edge, which will probably cause a little bit of an overlap. But nothing too major. It will be much easier than setting up any new GPS. So we'll just carry on in this field now, and we'll see once it's all finished. We're both on the last passes here in this field. That will be all 3 of them with the anhydrous applied. So all prepped for planting come spring. These are going to be sunflowers. Something we haven't grown on the farm yet, but with the warm climates of Texas, can't see a flower plant that relies on sun being a bad idea. So we'll get these folded up, we'll head on back down to the yard, and I'm assuming we're probably going to have to drop our anhydrous caddies off and then do a little bit of equipment juggling to get them hooked up onto the air seeders. Run down to a couple of fields down the road and put some triticale in. We can get that planted in autumn. It's a good crop for us. It's been a very, very good crop for us to sell. Very good income off it. Is the best way to describe it. It's a cash crop. So we'll get back down to the yard and get that all sorted out. And as we were driving past, I best give the toolbar a quick wash. I won't worry about the tractor because we'll carry on using that with the planter. We'll get that a little bit dirtier, and likewise with the anhydrous caddy, but the toolbar, make sure that's nice and clean before we put it away for the winter. There we go, did not take very long at all. So let's go and get these swapped over. Got our seeder and air cart here hooked up. I am going to go and try and put some seed in this. We are a third full, so I think it'd be a good idea to top it up. Before we head down to the field, it would be easier to do it now than trying to get the auger wagon or the seed tender on the truck down here. So we'll just see how we go, getting that swung in there. Cheated a little bit putting it out that early, but there we go. Let's get some seed in there. But alright with getting that in the right position, not far off at all. There we go, full up, $18,000. It's not a cheap job filling these up with seed. And just as we are full, FSG's pulled in behind us to get his one filled up, which gives us the advantage we can sneak through the centre of the shed here rather than trying to navigate through one of the narrow lanes. And we'll shoot through here and go and test our reversing skills, whether we can get these implements both backed up and connected up to the anhydrous caddy or not. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Look at that, I did it. Not quite in the right spot, but we're close enough that we'll get things pulled together. So we'll just we'll get driven down here out of the way. We'll see if FSG needs a hand with navigating his seeder into position. There we go, just wait there by the barbecue and go and keep an eye on his reversing skills.
I can't even see how far away I am, it's so long.
I'm not gonna lie, I could detect the concentration coming through the camera down the line. I reckon we can manhandle.
Give me that.
I reckon we can manhandle that over, can't we? That's not a bad effort. I'm impressed.
Not bad if I do say so myself.
It's a bit of an effort trying to back those up, isn't it?
It really is. It really is.
Alright, should we head over fields 2 and 3, I think? Get some triticale planted.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, we'll start in the first one on the right when we get down there.
Yeah, sounds good, mate.
Alright, see you there.
I'll follow your lead.
Roger that. Alright, so we're just coming up here on the track. Field 3 here on our right is where we're going to make a start. So we'll negotiate our way into the field and get everything unfolded, set up, and make a start on some planting. Alright, so we're just going to get things unfolded. We'll spin around here and make a start on a couple of laps around the headlands. I'll figure out if I am close enough. It looks pretty much spot on there. Also need to see if we've got a GPS course set up or whether we're going to have to create one, so we'll just take a quick look at that. Right, so we're underway in here. We did not have a GPS course set up, so I will just create one Now I have overlapped a little bit on the edge here because I do know that as we get further up, the field gets a little bit wider. But we'll just pause there for a second. We'll save this for FSG. Alright, and we are both underway. FSG there following along behind us. So I think we will we'll take a headland lap off if we both go around once. That'll give us a decent amount of space on the end of each field, or the end of the field at each end, to get turned around and set up for the next pass. As for me, I think we will put this on a little bit of a time lapse, and we'll see you once this field's all planted, and we'll be moving on to field number 2, which is down over opposite where our silage and feed mixer and everything is. So we'll see when we're ready to head over there. Alright, FarmSim Guy down there is just finished the last part of this field, so we'll just get things folded up, and then we will make a run across the road, head down to field number 2 and get started down in there as well. But these big drills do not take very long to get this planted. It's not a small field. I remember harvesting and it felt like it took a wee while, but with these planters, chews through it very quickly. FSG's going to pick up that little piece as well. Got it on him. Right, head it over the road here and just down to field number 2. This really is a massive piece of equipment. Makes the tractor look tiny up the front there. And this little dirt road, we've only just got wheels on either side. Let's see how we go turning in here. Hopefully we swing in late enough, everything will track through quite nicely. There we go. We're just going to make it in, just squeeze in. Perfect. Right. Right, we'll whip around, get lined up with the headland and make a start heading across on that. Alright, there we go. We're all up and running. Turned on. Planter is down. And we are go. Alright, we'll start heading down the edge here. We'll get our GPS course all set up again. Make that available for FSG. Gone far enough there, that looks good, and we're up and going. So we'll just pause this again, we'll go away and save it, make it ready, then send over to his tractor, and then we'll be all good to keep moving. Alright, and we are all off again. See FSG's following along and looks like he's got that course all set up perfectly. So I think we'll just jump into a montage again. We've been able to get quite a bit done today, so it's been nice to be able to put together some more creative shots. So we'll get into that and see you again when this field's all done. There we have it, field 2 all planted with triticale as well. So it's been very productive. 2 fields planted, 3 fields tilled, and a bit of a plan for what we're going to do with our crops for the rest of the season. But that should just about wrap us up for planting this side of winter anyhow. I don't think we've got any other crops we are planning to get in for autumn, so we'll head back over to the farm. In fact, I'm going to take the back route over this way, because then we can go through the wash shed and give these a clean off. Well, we'll make the most of the trip through the wash shed and we'll give everything a good clean off, so when we put it away in the shed and lock it away for winter, we know when we come out in spring it will all be in a good state to jump straight into the fields. Not even sure with what we've got planned to plant whether we'll even need these ear cuts anymore. There we go, that's looking much better. Safe to say we can go and park it up in the shed and know it's going to be all ready for next time. That's about as tight as I can get this parked over here in the shed. We should be pretty good. Too far off the wall. And there should be plenty of space for FSG to get his in there, as long as he can get it swung around, out catching the back of the Anhydrous caddy there. But even so, I think I've done a pretty good job getting that parked in there. Here he comes. We'll be able to keep an eye on what sort of job he does getting parked up. Look at that, like a glove. Well done. Alright, we can put this door down at the back here, when we last closed these. Get that one shut up, and we'll get this door closed up as well. Everything nice and secure.
Well, that was a productive day's work, Args.
Certainly was. We got lots done. It was good.
Nice to be in the big kit again.
It was nice. It was nice. I could forget how much ground you can cover with those things.
Yep. So one more field to do. Well, 2 actually, if you count the big field 33 as well.
Yeah, we've still got to plant these ones too. We've got a plan for that?
We have indeed. We have indeed. Well, it's nice to be back on 19 and playing in some big fields and with some big machinery.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit nervous about those cows though. We're going to head into another winter and we're going to be pretty busy keeping them fed.
At least we're safe. We're in the knowledge that we've got over 5 million litres of silage sitting there.
That's a very good point. Very good point. Oh, well, thank you very much for that again. Nice to be, like you say, nice to be back in FS19 and back in Texas.
Yes, indeed. And yeah, we'll see what people want. But if people want to see some more West Texas, I'm more than happy to keep going with it.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a blast on it. All right, mate. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah, have a good week. I'll catch you soon.
You too. Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
All right, there we are. We've got the shed shut up. Everything tucked away for winter. Got a few more things around. We've got the fence sitting over there with the balers. We need to get them tidied up. I even actually think our combines were hiding out the back there when I came around. I think I saw them sitting there with some corn heads on them. Actually, I think we were considering using the using them to harvest the corn, and then we did the silage instead. So there we go. But as FSG has said, as he admires the Texas flag there and a Texas sunset. Let us know if you enjoyed that, and if you want to see some more. We always enjoy it, and enjoy bringing it to you. But from me, Argsy, and from this chap here, the FarmSim Guy, thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.